All right, so welcome to Traffic Media X, my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend. I am ready to teach you some really, really cool stuff. Hope you're excited. Hope you're taking notes. Let's go ahead and dive into this first module of Internet Traffic Formula. And we're going to be talking about something cool here. All right, so we're going to be talking, obviously, Traffic Media X is where we're going to start. Here is before we dive into this, I want to cover some ground floor stuff here. All right, I think this will be important for everybody to know. All right, so listen, the first thing is don't let the name intimidate you. Especially if you're just getting started. If you haven't done anything like this before, you're looking at this as like traffic media. A lot of people look at the word media and then, there is an X, behind it, and they're like media, X, traffic media, and just the whole name kind of intimidates people, right? Listen, don't let that intimidate you. This is actually very, very basic. I'm gonna well, it's not really basic. It's simple, all right. And I'm gonna keep it very, very simple for you. I promise you, it's all going to make sense, all right. Just don't let the name intimidate you, all right. Here's what I want you to do. As you're going through this training, I want you to filter everything through what I call I can do this lens, all right, or I can do this filter. So many people fail or so many people don't take action is because when they see something, when they see a new piece of information or, a new training or whatever, they are going through that and, they're filtering through, through a lens of, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can understand this. I want you to just think about it. Listen, you can do this. You can do this. It's not a rocket science. It's actually pretty simple. And again, you got me. I'm gonna walk you through this, and I just want you to think to yourself, you know what? I can do this. I'm gonna learn how to do this. I'm gonna get really, really, really good at doing this kind of stuff. I'm gonna master this. All right. Now, third thing is watch these videos multiple times if you have to. If something doesn't make sense to you, just come back and watch the video. Nobody's gonna take your login away from you. Don't feel like you need to keep up with the pace, with our trainings, whatever. Listen, you can come back to this stuff 2 years later and watch it over again. You can come back as many times as you want. It'll be here for you. I'll be here for you teaching you this stuff. All right, so don't worry about that. Implement what you learn as soon as possible. When you learn something in these modules, this particular one, just start applying it. Jump in the water with both feet and just do it. And most importantly is this: when you do it, you're gonna start small and you're gonna scale big. All right. I don't want you to ever reverse those two. All right. So never, ever, ever go big right away. All right. You're gonna start small. And what I mean by small, well, listen, if you got, $50 to invest, start with that. If you got $20 to invest, start with that. Don't invest like thousands and thousands of dollars right away, into trying a brand new idea. All right, just because, again, I want you to become successful at this stuff, right? And I don't want you to lose money. I don't want you to risk a lot of money. Buying traffic can be a little bit risky if you don't know what you're doing, right? And especially if you just throw a bunch of money into something that you haven't done before, all right? So I want to teach you this stuff right from the beginning. And again, as long as you just, listen to my advice, I think you should be fine. All right? Cool. So let's move on. What is Traffic Media X? Let me kind of demystify this for you, right? So it's simply buying banner space on other websites, okay? But the concept is pretty simple, right? So many people don't understand how to do it right and how to do it strategically, and that's why so many people are not doing it, okay? I'm going to walk you through this. The cool thing about Traffic Media X method is that it's fast, it's scalable, and it's consistent. Okay, I rely personally on this type of traffic myself in my business. I do this all the time, and I love it. And I'm not going to teach you anything that I don't personally do. Now, this was predominantly used by brand advertisers before, but technological changes allow direct response folks like myself and you, right, to enter the game. So right now, the playing field is such that anybody can really enter this game. I mean, it used to be that only big, huge corporations used to do that, and they still do that. A lot of companies do. A lot of companies buy media, especially banner media, to gain brand awareness. You know, they want to get exposure out there. They don't necessarily track, you know, direct response statistics, right? For me as a marketer, I'm not interested in brand awareness. You know, I'm interested in direct response. So I use this method for getting results quickly, right? And if I cannot track my results, obviously it's going to make it very, very difficult for me, all right? So what I want to do, and the reason that I you know, hopefully if you watch the introduction to the traffic mastery video, right? I told you about the importance of split testing. I told you about the importance of rotating your landing pages, right? I told you about the importance of tracking, right? So all that stuff, again, as we progress into this training, all right, everything that I'm teaching you, that's why it's very important for you to go through these videos, you know, in the order that they are presented to you. Because, listen, I might tell you something in this video, right, that, you know, later on when you watch other videos, you know, and the little idea I will give you in one of these videos previously, right, if you didn't get that, you know, you might miss out on some very, very valuable stuff. Does that make sense? So I want you to kind of progress through this process together, right? I want you to go through these videos in the order that they are presented to you, you know, because I want you to get the most out of this training. Cool? All right, so what we're going to do is basically we're going to buy millions of banner impressions for pennies per thousand. That's right, pennies per thousand impressions, okay? And it's generally done on what's called a CPM basis, all right, which is called cost per 1,000 impressions. Okay, so when they refer to pricing, it's going to be like, you know, $1, you know, per CPM, or $3 per CPM, you know, $15 per CPM. Well, that means that it's, you know, $3 per 1,000 impressions, or you know, $1 per 1,000 impressions, that kind of stuff. Okay. Now there's three types of buys. Okay, three types of media buys that we're going to be looking into. And this is what you need to understand really, really well. Okay, when you understand this and when you play with this the right way, right? If you play by the rules that I'm going to present to you, I think you should not have any issues. But if you don't play by the rules that I will recommend that you play by, I think you might be running into some issues. Okay, and this is where a lot of people get in trouble. This is where a lot of people, you know, lose their shirt, you know, if they don't know what they're doing. Okay, again, I don't want to scare you here, my friend. Listen, it's going to be simple. Trust me. Relax. It's going to be okay, right? I'm here for you. We're going to do this together. We're going to go through this together. I'm going to walk you through this, okay? Check this out. There is what's called a direct buy, okay? A direct buy, and I'm going to walk you through these in detail in the upcoming videos. There is also something called intermediate buy, all right? And then there is also the network buy. Now, you as a marketer, okay, it's very, very important. You will always, okay, always, especially if you're starting and testing a brand new offer, you will always start with direct buy first, okay? At the most, you will go to intermediate buy, okay? At the very most. Never, ever, ever, ever go to a network buy first, because network is a giant, you know, it's a big picture. It's you know, it's you know, you go to a network and listen, you can, you know, you can literally get, you know, 20,000 visitors in 2 hours, you know, if you go to a network, right? And if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to be blowing through money like crazy, right? So never go to network until you have optimized your stuff with direct buys and then intermediate buys, and right, so you're going to rotate your landing pages for best optimization. And when that's, you know, when you came up with something that works for, you know, lower scale stuff, right, direct buys and intermediate buys, then you will scale, you know, your best performing landing pages and banners with a network, and that's where you go to crush it. All right, I'm gonna walk you through this, my friend. There's nothing to it. All right, and we're gonna do this together. Now, what you need, very, very simply, two things. You need to have banners, and you need to just jump in and do it. All right, that's it. So what I'm gonna do is, in the next video, I'm gonna show you where I go to create my banners personally. All right, so I will see you in the next video.